Shalom. Shalom, Yasharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and it's quick lessons. We're just gonna get into pretty much response to the most important thing you can do in this Israelite ministry. And this is a video that Apostle Gabar made, probably like yesterday. I never really got around to it. Really, I seen like a little bit, then I had to go do some other stuff. But Lord willing, I'm gonna finish it because it's only like 20 something minutes long. But, he was going into pretty much, the power of prayer, man. And the last thing I remember him talking about, because I was only like maybe a couple minutes in, like maybe like a little bit less than 10 minutes. How, he was giving his testimony about like when he prayed to the Lord, how he going to be able to like, at the time, he was like, how I'm going to be able to be in the school and be in the truth with this crazy woman. And he prayed that basically the Lord take that woman away from him. And he did. Pretty much. He took the woman away from him. And he got what he asked for. Right? But that's because he prayed for it. I'm going to go ahead and get to James chapter 4 and verse 2. And the main part of it is like going to be the ending part of the verse. It says, ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. That was the main point. Ye have not because ye ask not. Right? That's why it's so important to pray, man. There it'll be certain things you don't have that you want, maybe, or even need, because you didn't pray for it. Right? You didn't pray the Lord to get, to make a way for you, or whatever it may be. And majority of the time you should be praying for spiritual things that's going to help you more in the spirit, be useful in the ministry, right? Because you don't want to just pray for wants, which is nothing wrong if you do pray for what you want, but that shouldn't be your main concern as far as praying, right? And that word pray also goes into beg, so that's something you gotta, you could continually do, right? Begging the Lord to, answer you. But I'm going to read verse 3. It says, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Exactly. So it might be certain things. Matter of fact, I'm going to read in NLT. This is James chapter 4, verse 3 in the LT. It says, even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure. Exactly. Going to my point, like, you don't want to be asking for things you just want. It's nothing wrong if you do, but don't really expect it like that. You're really supposed to be asking how about your shot needs, right? Like, if you need to make more money, then you can ask the Lord that, and he'll make a way for you if he sees fit, though. Because sometimes the how about your shot will have you at that certain point of making money to keep you in a certain state he wants you to be in. Humble. Because all we really need is our daily bread. And if you're asking for more than your daily bread, then, you can't really expect, you don't really expect that to get answered, really, if you're already making enough than what you need. Not to say Lord won't throw you some bones. He might throw you a little extra cash here and there. But, we really only need our daily bread. We need what we need to survive, But yeah, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this next scripture. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17 says, "Pray without ceasing." All right, ceasing. Right, so pray. When the Apostle Rakah, when he was down here, he ain't down here now. But when he was down here, one of the biggest things that I can take away from Apostle Rakah that he always stressed upon his brothers is to pray. Make sure you are praying to Yahweh Bashem Shah, man. Right? Make sure you are praying to Yahweh Bashem Shah, begging him, praying that you make it to your destination safely. Praying. Oh, make sure you're praying over your food and the drinks you drink. Pray that you make it home safely. Pray for other brothers. Right? Don't be, so caught up in praying for yourself. Make sure you are praying for other brothers as well. Because we all need prayer, man. Who doesn't? We all fucked up. We all in hell. We all dealing with Satan and going through it. Sound like somebody that needs prayer to me. So just continue to pray unto Yahweh Shem Shai. And, give you the strength to endure the things you got to go through, or, to help you out with something. So, matter of fact, we get that in Psalms. Because Yahweh Shem Shai, he really, man, he's going to be there for his elect. Right? This is Psalms chapter 34 and verse 6. It says, and this is King David speaking. It says, this poor man cried, and Yahweh heard him and saved him out of all his trouble. Right? So this poor man, King David, he cried unto Yahweh Shem Shai, and Yahweh heard him. Yahweh Shem Shai heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. You could just look at King David's walk, man. Lord, like being chased by Saul, mighty man on top of that. Always on the run, but the Lord took care of him. Hell, the fact that he was able to slay the Goliath, that was just the beginning. No, my bad. That's not just the beginning. So like the bear and the lion, that was the beginning. And then you got the Goliath. Then you got him fleeing from Saul. Then you got him winning, wars and battles. And he does it all through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. If one thing that King David did, he always acknowledged Yahweh Bahashem Shai, man, praying to the Lord to give him, the victory over in his battles or whatever he may go through. Right? I'm going to get this. This is Psalm chapter 34, verse 17. It says, the righteous cry, and Yahweh Bahashem Shai heareth and delivereth them out of all of their troubles. Exactly. So the righteous cry, and Yahweh Bahashem Shai heareth. So if you're a servant of the Lord, of Yahweh Bahashem Shai, and you're crying unto him, you're praying unto him, asking for certain things fervently, not really just a want, more of a need, then, man, Yahweh Shem Shai, he gonna come through for you. Simple as that, man. He gonna come through for you. If you really need it, man, he got you. He got you. But sometimes the way he got you is also can be giving you the spirit to go through it, man. I make sure I try to stress that. Because him taking care of you is not always just getting you out of a situation. Sometimes it's giving you the strength to go through with that situation. Speaking to myself first and foremost. Anyways, yeah, man, just continue to pray without ceasing, man. That's literally our connection onto Yahweh Bahashem Shai. That is our connection to him. Get the Lord used to hearing you call upon him. Because a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of foreign people calling upon Yahweh Bahashem Shai in that day. And it's going to be foreign unto him. Because they weren't calling upon him and praying unto him to begin with. Because you don't want to be just praying for only things that you need or want. Thank him. You're supposed to be thanking Yahweh Bahashem Shai for everything that he's done for you, things that he been doing for you, and the things that he's doing for you currently. That's all I really had through the spirit, something quick. I want to end it out by saying, Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yeshua.